Our final honoree and recipient of the Distinguished Service Award is Ann Hoelting. A native of Marysville, Kansas, Ann earned a Bachelor of Business Administration degree from Washburn University in 1985. While at Washburn, she was a member of Zeta Tau Alpha, the marching band, and served as Panhellenic president. Ann is also an honorary member of Beta Gamma Sigma through Washburn's School of Business. After 30 years, Ann retired from the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City, where she served as a business leader for national customer billing operations, accounting, enterprise risk management, facilities management, public affairs, and savings bonds, as well as a number of special projects at both the 10th District and national levels. Ann has served as a trustee for the Washburn University Alumni Association and Foundation since 2025. She served on the Washburn Alumni Association Board from 2017 to 2025 and is a past president of the board. She has also served on the Washburn School of Business's Dean's Advisory Board since 2020 and has been a member of the Washburn Women's Venture Partners. Ann has led and served on numerous boards supporting her community and the activities of her family. Ann and her husband Albert, a 1985 Washburn graduate, divide their time between Basehor, Kansas, and Lincoln, Missouri at Lake of the Ozarks. They have 3 children, including their oldest, who graduated from Washburn University School of Law in 2018. And for your professional accomplishments, your dedication to your community, and your extraordinary service to Washburn, we are honored to present you the Distinguished Service Award. And
well, I didn't know until I saw the program on the table I get to be the closer. And you're going to see some common themes, and I too am a squirrel for a couple of reasons. But President Mazurchuk, President Meek, family, friends, everybody in the room, I'm truly humbled and honored to stand before you today and accept this Distinguished Service Award from you, from Washburn. Especially after reading the history behind this particular award. When Susie called me about this award, I told her I'm just a normal Ichabod, an alum, and I don't think I've earned this recognition, but she had a list of counter thoughts for me. Thank you, Susie. I also want to take a moment to thank my family here today, my husband Albert, our children, Abby, Amelia, and Albert, my sister-in-law Paula, my son-in-law Ben, and another table of dear friends right behind them, and Ichabod friends and a college roommate who also supported me throughout my journey of life. I grew up in that small community, Marysville, Kansas, home of the black squirrel, knowing that I would attend college somehow. It was a goal instilled in my brothers and me growing up by our parents because they did not have that opportunity. I chose Washburn because of the opportunity to learn from professors, many who are also working practitioners of the discipline. Washburn also offered small class sizes, so I thought that would be a great learning experience and environment. As a kid, I loved the capital city and the opportunity it held to work a part-time job while I was in school, the opportunity to practice while I was learning. What I didn't know was that before I started classes, I would go through Greek recruitment with the goal of better housing, but meet my future sister-in-law. That I would see a familiar face in my very first freshman class 45 years ago, Monday 9 a.m., math stats, who would ask to walk me home from class that day and carry my books, and then I would marry that friend while I was in college, which was not part of my original life plan, and that we have had 42 wonderful years of partnership and marriage most of the time, together, so far. And that the Greek environment would provide me with many leadership experiences and confidence that I have often used to guide me throughout my professional career. That the business and other disciplines I learned in my studies at Washburn would guide me throughout both my professional and personal lives nearly on a daily basis. That one day we would have 3 children, with one of them graduating from Washburn Law School. That I would have so many opportunities as an alum to stay engaged at Washburn ongoing over the decades through friendships, recruiting future employees to my employer, or giving back by volunteering in the campus advisory groups, boards, and other initiatives. that the college roommates and friends that I had while attending Washburn would continue to be some of my most cherished friends throughout my life. And that 4 years later, the decision to live in Greek housing would lead to lifelong friends, some here today, of all generations, including the introduction to one who's 30 plus years younger than me, who would become my partner in establishing a nonprofit to offer scholarships to help keep that Greek group on Washburn's campus. That the journey to establish this nonprofit 6 years ago would include connecting to Ichabods of all ages and across nearly all Greek organizations to learn from their experiences. While I lived in Topeka for only 4 years, Ichabods tend to find each other in other cities and states like we did when we lived in Dallas, and in our current neighborhood at the Lake of the Ozarks, and the one that we moved to in Basler on Monday this week. So really, the list of examples of Washburn's influence and connection throughout my life is endless. From happy hour talk to the dining room table, to the family dinner, to the friend and the family social outings, to the project presentation in the C-suite outside of Topeka, to speaking to a classroom of Ichabod students, to the current campus alumni advisory and Greek groups, I get to interact daily with other Ichabods. There are some of the things that I did not know, these are some of the things I did not know when I chose Washburn for my college education. I had no idea that the reach throughout my life and the decision that this would have. And living in Kansas City for nearly 40 years, most people have never heard of Washburn until recently. And now there's great Washburn advertising in Kansas City. So I had lots of opportunities to tell people about this great institution. Washburn's been the connection and the foundation for much of my life. Again, I'm humbled with this honor tonight. Thank you, and go Bods.